my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video I am going to be reconciling my budget for the first week in the month of September. Before I get started though, a few disclaimers. For one, I'm in a new location today while I'm filming. I have my camera set up a little bit differently. We are beginning remote learning for the school year today, and so we had to shift some things around and change some things. So I have you all in a new room, a new location, so if the lighting is off or the sound quality is a little bit different, I apologize for that. Number two, one of my lights is acting up, so it also might be a little bit darker than usual. And if you notice a little tiny bit of flickering, I apologize. I'm just really struggling with my lights. Lastly, I polished my nails this morning with this Revlon Parfumery in Italian Spice, and it smudged and smeared and got all over the place. It would not dry. I don't know if it's just because it's an old polish or what, so I took it off, but there's still the remnants of it on my nails, and my nails are a hot mess. So just all of those things, I apologize. Now let's go ahead and get started with this video. So in front of me here I have my Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. I also have my Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner. In this planner I keep track of all of my transactions using a color coding system. I also have all kinds of sticky notes here that I can go ahead and remove. Those are just references for myself. So I have all of my transactions here. I made myself a new key. I've changed up some of my colors and things and what they mean, so let's just go over it really quickly. I have my key here on one of these Erin Condren compliment cards, and I have just clipped it in using a coil clip connector. And on here are all of the categories that I'm tracking, so it's quite a few more categories than I was tracking previously. So we have bills in this blue color, we have debt in this dark gray, miscellaneous is in this green, grocery is in pink, any gas spending will be in this light purple, my personal spending will be in this darker purple, eating out in yellow, green is going to be household expenses, this orange is anything that comes out of my sinking funds, and then this pink will be anything unbudgeted. So this essentially will be anything that I added to my debt totals. If I swipe a credit card for something and it's not in the budget, it gets put in this pink. So as you can see, for this first week I have put in all of my transactions and their various categories, and that's what we are going to use today to reconcile the budget, which I have here in my Budget by Paycheck workbook. So I'm going to set this off to the side for a minute and go into my Budget by Paycheck workbook and pull up the budget for the first week in September, which I have here. And we're just going to run down the list of all of my transactions, figure out if I was over budget or under budget, and yeah, let's get started. So we're going to start out here with grocery. I budgeted $150 for groceries this week. And if we go back to my Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly here, groceries are in this pink color. You can see I only had the one grocery transaction. Let me just pull this right out of here so it's out of the way. So for groceries, I went to Walmart and I spent $125.26. So since that is under budget, I get to use my black pen. If you are new to my channel, you might not know, but I do all of my items that are under budget or right on budget in black. And anything that's over budget, I use my red pen. It's always my goal not to have to use this red pen at all, but we'll see. So for now, groceries was $125.26. All right, next up we have household, and I budgeted $25 for household items. If you look at my key here, you'll see that household items are in this green color, and I only had one transaction for the week in this green color, and that again was from Walmart, and I spent $17.30 on household items. So again, we're under budget. Next up, I have my lot rent, which I have under the bills category right here. You can see I budgeted $510, and that's exactly what it cost, so right on the money there. Next up is my cable bill. I budgeted $65 for my cable, and the total amount was $62.44. For water, I budgeted $50, and that came in at $49. So again, under budget. Audible, I budgeted $15. That one came out at $14.95. And lastly, I have Netflix here where I budgeted $17. And you can see here that Netflix came out at $15.99. So everything under the bills category here was under budget, which is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and add up the actual amounts here. So we have $125.26 plus $17.30 plus $510 plus $62.44 plus $49 plus $14.95 plus $15.99 for a total of $794.94. So that means then for my bills category, I budgeted $832, but I only spent $794.94, which means I am under budget by $37.06. So we're gonna write that in here. And we will come back to this number in a little bit. We're going to see what we're going to do with that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to our cash envelopes. Now, I have my wallet here, as well as all of my cash envelopes. Let me just pull my license so that we're not flashing that. So I have all of my cash envelopes here, and let's see how I did with my spending. So first and foremost, I have my husband's spending money. I always give him $40 at the start of every week, and he always spends it all. If he doesn't spend it all, he just rolls over whatever he has left to the next week. So budgeted $40, the actual amount was $40. Next comes my personal spending. As we saw on my little key here, my spending is this dark purple color. And if we look here in my budget by, nope, this is my, and if we look here in my planner, I have one transaction here in this dark purple, and it was for $40, so I did spend the full $40. Next up, we have gas. So gas is in this light purple color, and this was for gas as well as some car washes that I did this week. We got a new car. If you missed that video, I purchased a used Subaru Forester, a 2017. I'm absolutely in love with it. And we washed it a couple of times this week because I want to keep it nice. So let me just go ahead and add up all of the gas. First, we had this $7 transaction. That was gas in my truck. We put just enough gas in the truck to get it to the dealer where we could trade it in. So we put $7 there. Then we had $15 for a car wash here. and then $23 in gas for my car. You may be able to see here I did do another car wash later on at the end of the week, but I actually took that money out of a different category. So for my gas spending, I spent $45, which should mean then that I have $5 left in my gas envelope. So we talked about spending. We know that my spending envelope is empty. I spent every last dime. For gasoline, there should be $5 left, and there is $5. So what do I do with this $5? Whenever I have money left over in my gas fund, I always put this right into my gas sinking fund. That way, if there is a week where I need more gas than what I budgeted for, I have it available to me. I always want to have a little bit of extra money stashed away for gas, because the last thing I want to do is run out of gas and not have gas money and then have to put my gas on a credit card. So this $5 is going to go right into my gas sinking fund. So I have my accordion folder here where I keep my sinking funds, and I'm just going to open it up and take out my gas sinking fund, which is currently sitting at $95. And we are going to add $5 today. Today is September 8th. We're going to add 5, and that should bring my gas fund up to $100. So I'm going to slip that 5 in here. I'm going to count this up really quick. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, $100 I have set aside for gas. That way, like I said, if I have a week where I need a little bit more gas than what I budgeted for, I have it. So this will go back behind the gasoline tab in my accordion folder. And we will just set this off to the side. That means then that I did spend the full $50 in gas, because that other 5 went into my gas savings. Next up, we have Miscellaneous, which I budgeted $50 for. If you look at my key, you can see that the Miscellaneous color is this light green. We had quite a few transactions, so I'm just going to add them up. So we had $21 on Wednesday. On Thursday, we spent $10. On Saturday, we spent $20. And on Monday, we spent $14. For a total of $65? Is that right? What did I do here? Let me take a look at my Miscellaneous envelope. You know what? I put this coffee in here. My husband actually paid for this coffee. That's why I was confused. I was like, wait a second. I know that that's not right. So we're just going to take that out of there. My husband used his spending money to buy our coffee that day, which means then that we spent 21 plus 10 plus 14 is 45. So we should have $5 left in my Miscellaneous envelope. And we actually have 6 left in there, which means one of these transactions had change and I just rounded the amount up, probably this here. So we actually have $6 left. So I'm just going to mark that we spent $44, I suppose. Sometimes with the change, I round things up and it's not completely accurate, but obviously I didn't spend more than that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have quite this much left. So I'm just going to set this off to the side right now. I'm a little bit all over the place. Sorry, you guys. Lastly, here we have Eating Out, which I budgeted $50 for. You can see from my key here that this Eating Out is in this yellow color, and we had exactly $50 that we spent at one of our favorite local restaurants this week. So that means we spent the full $50, and that should mean then that my envelope here is empty. So we'll just double check. That's accurate. All right, so that takes care of all of my cash envelopes. Everything was either under budget or right on the money. So I'm going to go ahead and set my envelopes off to the side here, and we'll go ahead and add this up. 40 plus 40 plus 50 plus 44 plus 50 is 224. 230 minus 244, oops, 230 minus 224 is that $6 that I have left here. So we have $6 left over in that category. Again, I'm going to come back to what's left over at the end here. For now, we'll go ahead and skip ahead a little bit. So this side of my planner is always super easy because it's always as budgeted. So I did put $100 towards our campground. I did put $50 towards hunting for a total of $150. I did pay $150 to our lowest credit card. We're currently working on a State Farm Visa card. So that money went straight to that card to pay down that balance a little bit. And I did put $50 into savings. So that was all as planned. No red pen this week, which is amazing. So what am I going to do with this extra money? This $37.06 and this extra $6. Well, the $6 I'm going to go ahead and put into my campground sinking fund. That's the sinking fund. One of the sinking funds I'm currently working on that I'm a little bit behind on, so $6 isn't going to make too huge of a difference, but every little bit helps. And so in my campground fund, I currently have $941. We're going to add 6 for a total of $947. I'm going to go ahead and slip this cash in here. And again, count it up. Anytime that I take out money or add money to my sinking funds, I always count them just to make sure that everything is as it should be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 55, 56, 5700, 5800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. So that is perfect. This will go back behind the campground tab. I like being able to put that extra little tiny bit of money towards that. And now for this $37.06, I'm going to send $37 to my credit card that I'm currently working on for an extra debt payment. And actually, I'm just going to go right ahead and send the full $37.06. Why not? So this went to my campground sinking fund. I'm just going to make a little note for myself here. This went to the extra debt. All right, so that takes care of all of that. I'm going to really quickly just go over the last couple of transactions here in my deluxe monthly. So all of these we took care of. Go ahead and check them off so that I don't forget. Then the only ones that I did not account for here with you guys are these orange stickers. Orange is for sinking funds, so anything that I take out of sinking funds from now on, I'm going to put in orange just to kind of keep track. And this little sticky note here kind of shows where that money went. So I took $143 out of savings, and that went towards the Husky liners that I bought for my new Subaru. They are like weatherproof mats for the driver, passenger, and the back seat. And then you can see here from my car maintenance, I took $154 out, and that went to Subaru, and that was for the cargo liner as well as the seat back protectors that I purchased. So rather than take all of this out of car maintenance and really drain my car maintenance fund, I made the decision to take that $143 out of my extra savings just because I had it in there and it wasn't set aside for anything specific. It was just extra money. So I used that for the Husky liners, and then the car maintenance fund I went ahead and used for the cargo liner. I just want to make sure that I'm keeping my new car nice, so I bought the protective mats and liners and things for that. You guys will be seeing more sinking fund transactions in the future from my car maintenance, because I am getting a remote start put on my car this week as well, but for now, that takes care of that. So that is all of my transactions for the week. You can see lots of black ink, no red ink, which is good. I was able to completely stay within my budget. So yeah, I'd call that a win. I'm gonna go ahead and make this extra $37.06 payment towards my State Farm Visa card. And that's going to do it for the first week in the month of September. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how your week went. Were you able to stick to your budget? Did you have unexpected expenses come up? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.